Hello everybody and welcome to my fourth part of my breakdown / guide series. Today we're gonna talk about, I'm gonna show you some bread and butter combos for Raidou and DOA6. Before I wanna go on, thank you everybody for the support, and it seems I'm growing more and more with every time I upload a video, so I can thank you enough. If you haven't followed me on social media, so you're always notified and what my next videos are going to be. And yeah, that's all I want to say. So let's start with Raidou's bread and butter combos. We're gonna do, I'm gonna show you what you're gonna do with all the free launch options, or what you can do. And before I start, before I start, there's going to be execution move involved, and it's going to be the electric. So the electric here is going to be in these combos, but I made also I'm gonna also show you without the electric. So if you're not experienced or don't have the execution to do an electric, you always can also do these other combos with Raidou. So I'm gonna show you the first, and this is all going to be on normal hit. I'm not going to do on counter hit. If you want to do, if I would do it on counter hit, then I would immediately start with 6p with this. But just I'm gonna give you an example, and I always do my combos or my moves on normal hits. So we start with on the lightweight combo, which is going to be this. We're gonna use this launch, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a 9p. After this 9p, we're gonna do a 6p. And yeah, when we get that gut stun here, as you can see, we're gonna launch her with quarter circle back p. And now this is this can be changed. It's not necessary to do, but what I'm going to do is I'm gonna do 2 electrics here, and then I'm gonna go to the bound with the 3 kp. Afterwards I'm gonna do a dash in to get my close in. If you're somebody who can't do the if you're a beginner and you can't do the dash it into the close it that good, then you can always do just quarter circle forward P, or in some cases you can do this. It's not it's 4 PK even equals the damage, not a lot. It's what, 5-6 damage difference. So if you're somebody who can't do the close it with the dash, and you can always do this or try to do this. It's optional. You don't have, and if you're somebody who can do the close it, that will be my best option, because Raidou's damage output is high and your damage will also be shown. So this is how the combo looks if we do it. Let's do this. And then you got, sometimes you can even drop, so that's why this is execution based. And I even drop it. And this is how it looks. As you can see, I got 102 damage. The startup can also be P plus K, doesn't matter. It's your choice. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of stunts, I could say. or you could even do this. It depends how you want to do it. Now, if you're somebody, like I said, who struggles with the electric, you can always do, instead of the 2 electrics, you can just do 9p when your opponent is at the end. This is how it will look. And it does the same damage. It depends how you wanna. Now you're like, hey Aiden, the electric seems useless when the 9p does the same damage. And I have to say no, the electric is not useless, because the electric, the positive things about the electric is when you do it, you recover immediately. That's why I can, for example, do 2 electrics compared to 9p. With 9p I had to wait till the animation ends. As you can see, I have to wait till the animation ends. With electric, when you see how you hit your opponent, you can immediately input the next electric. That's how, for example, you can get 2 electrics on lightweight. Okay. Now, this is for the with the quarter circle back kick, and all these combos with an ender, with this ender, you can always do like this, or just do quarter circle forward P. It depends if you can do the close hit. If you can't, then yeah, you can always do these options and still get some damage in. So I'm gonna most likely stick with the same basic stuff. Just going to show you most of the time what I do when I play with Raidou, and that's, yeah, start again with 9p, and that's going to be with all the combos. We're gonna just start with 9p. It's always basically look like the same, because Raidou is limited to 64 moves. So we have this, so 9p, and now after this guts down, we're gonna use 8k. This is his second launch option, and then yeah, you have, like I talked in his combo potential, this or in his unsafe move, this is a high, as you can see. So if somebody does a low hold, anything that high crushes, this move will obviously win. But yeah, just for the sake, we're gonna show it to you. And 8k is his most damaging launch. It does the highest most damaging launch. If we, for example, do this, I get 35. Oh, oops. And if I do this, I get 36. So this is his most damaging launch. Okay, this is going to be look like this. We're gonna do after the 8k an electric, like this. And then we're gonna do 3 KP, and then we're gonna go in and do the close set. And like I said, if you can't do the close set, if you struggle with the close set, you can always do this, or just do a quarter circle forward P. So, let me show you how this looks. Oops. Yeah, sometimes you can also get the wind guard fist in there, but most likely you're gonna try to get your electrics in there. So this was how it will look. And yeah, you can now also try it with 9p, like this. If you can't do the electric, and yeah, you can see it does 1 more damage. But for me, it feels like I drop my combos more often when I do 9p. It's because I'm thinking like it's like the electric, where I can immediately do something after I hit my opponent. But with 9p, like I said, you have to wait till the animation ends, so you can do anything. You can buff your inputs like this, but with the electric it feels for me much better. But that's just my opinion, so you don't have to just take what I say here. You can always go with your own opinion. So also, if you're somebody who doesn't who struggles with doing this 9p into the bound, there's also another option we can do, and that is we do this and we do the 2s into the bound. Or if you like, you can do the Fatal Rush bound, which will look like this. And you can go to the close set, or you can do 4pk, or just a normal quarter circle 4p. That depends on how experienced you are with Raidou and what you can do with him. Now I'm gonna show you his combos with his third launch options, which is going to be 3-3k. Most of the time I try to use the 3-3k because, as you can see, it's his fastest launch. It does the same damage, it does the same damage as quarter circle back P, but this is much faster. And the good thing is, with because I most of the time use my 3-3k, I can also convert to my the 3-3t throw if my opponents try to hold. So that's also a good mix up there. So, but yeah, this is how the 3-3k combo will look like. Do this. And you do this. Now we're gonna try to do it with 9p. And as you can see, it does also work. And you also have the S option to do like this. And get your close set, or just quarter circle forward P. Like I said, sometimes I also miss my quarter circle or my close set here, so I also get just a normal quarter circle forward P. But yeah, that's going to be it for the lightweights, and after that you can now practice this, or you can just wait till I show you also the mid and heavyweight combos. So I'm gonna see you in a second. So welcome back to the midweight category. Now we look at Raidou's combos for midweights. And if you're not familiar with the weight system, the heavier you are, that some combos won't work on heavyweight characters like Raidou, Bass, Bayman and Rachel are heavyweight characters. So some of your combos that you normally do, for example for midweights or lightweights, won't work on these characters. So now I'm gonna show you the midweight combos, which most likely will look the same, because the only thing that is different is that you can't get 2 electrics on midweight unless you do a sit down stun. And even though I tried to throw my my fatal stun, this new fatal stun, which also gives me a sit down stun, I'm trying to throw it more from distance because it has range, but I also don't rely on this a lot. I just sometimes throw it here and there. Most of the time I'm sticking with these combos. So this is how the mid-weight combo will look with quarter circle back P, with his quarter circle back P launch. So this is how it looks. And as you can see, 101 damage. This is the electric version. You don't have to do the electric versions if you are not comfortable with the electric. This is one big tip I always tell to people if they trying to learn Raidou. If you think about Raidou, all most of the people think is, oh, I gotta do the electric all the time. No, it's not necessary to do the electric. The electric is only important, I can say, in high level games. For example, if you're at mid to low level, you don't really have to rely on the electric, or like the air grab, or his difficult input moves. This is not an option. You can maybe try to look if you can do these moves, but don't rely on them so much like I do. I do this because on high level it's necessary for me, because on high level, when you want to play right on high level, you have to use every tool this guy has. You have to go with all the 64 moves this guy has. Yeah, there are some moves I don't use. I don't almost use it. For example, his low offensive hold or something, or maybe I don't really go for low throws. But yeah, other than that, I try to use everything this guy has. And that's how you're gonna play Raidou at high level. On low to intermediate or mid level, you don't really need all his moves, because I can also say one of Raidou's strongest point is because nobody really plays him, or not a lot of people play him, and the matchup is also difficult, could we say. It's not like impossible, but if you're not familiar with Raidou, then the matchup can be difficult. And Raidou can brutally defeat you, but like I said, it doesn't depend on it does not depend on executions. I'm just showing these moves how I do it, just you can get a peek of the bread and butter combos, and also these moves, these bread and butter combos, it's also you can also see from other people using them, not only me. So okay, on midweight I showed you with the electric. Now I'm gonna show you it with the 9P, which is going to be this. And it does 102 damage. It does one more damage, because you can't get two electrics in there, but yeah. The next one is going to be with 8K. It's going to be this. And yeah, as you can see, it does also 102 damage with the electric. Now on 8K, unfortunately 9P won't work. I can even show it to you. It won't work. As you can see, it doesn't work. So you gotta use the S, or the Fatal Rush, which is going to be look like this. And here. This is something you have to keep in mind, because the midweights are heavier than lightweights, you can't get the 9P anymore. That's also with heavyweights. The 9P is on heavyweights. If I see it here, 9P is not an option anymore. So let's look at how his 3-3K combo will be. Like this. I dropped it. And as you can see, 101 damage. That's less damage, but one less damage when you do it with quarter circle back. AP, but yeah, or it does even the same damage. So then you can also try to do this, and as you can see, even on 3k this doesn't work. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna use the second part of the for the first two parts of the Fatal Rush. So this is how it will look. And yeah, that's how you bound your opponent, or you do your combos on midweights. And if you're somebody who can't do the 3k, like I said, you can always do the full the Fatal Rush here. As you can see, it bounds the opponent, and you can also get close sets in there. So that's going to be it for midweights. Now I'm gonna go over to heavyweights. So see you in a second. Okay. Now we are at the last weight class, which is going to be heavyweights. And yeah, on heavyweights, unfortunately your options are limited. So for example, like I showed you with, for example, getting a 9p after his quarter circle back kick, or after his 8p doing something else, 8k I meant, or 3k. Those options are now, I could say, gone. The positive thing is, if you're somebody who can do electrics will help you with heavyweights. And yeah, without talking so much, I'm gonna show you now the quarter circle back P and launch combo for heavyweights, which is this. And as you can see, and this was not intended, but as you can see, you have to do the real electric. So you can't do a wind guard this, you have to do the full electric here. Okay? So if I do the electric, and you see how I could bound my opponent. And yeah, you can also do the Fatal Rush options here. As you can see, you will sacrifice some damage, but this is for people who don't are good with the electric. Or if you want sacrifice more damage, you can also do just this and go with this 96 does this. So you can also just go after the launch into the bound immediately. But that's, for example, that was, for example, a good reason why the electric is so good, because of this immediately recovery, I can just go into a bound, you know. It's not like with 9p where I have to wait till my animation ends. I can immediately do something, and that's good. That's really good for the electric. If the electric you needed to recover from the electric on hit or on block, this would be stupid. And this I could even call this an electric, because it doesn't have the electric properties. But yeah, this is a good thing. The only thing that sucks about the electric is it's -1 block, but you don't really try to use the electric on blocked opponents. You use it most of the times on you when you combo your opponents, when you do a combo. So now I'm gonna show you the only option you could do with Raidou when you do the AP launch here. Heavyweight is going to be, you do this, bound, and you go with, you launch your opponent and you go immediately into the bound. So You can't get an electric there, like for example with the quarter circle back P, because quarter circle back P launches high. If I would try it, I can show it to you how he falls down, because he's heavy. So the electric option, for example, for this is gone, and yeah, that's most of the time what you would do. When I fight against heavyweights, what I most like to do is probably go for the air grab, because with AP, with quarter circle back P, or even with free K, if you input the air throw really fluent, the air throw will always connect. As you can see, connected with the free K, and it also connects with the quarter circle back piece. From all your launch options, the air grab is guaranteed. But that's not the case. We're not here for this. For the air grab, we are here for just showing some combos. So the next one is going to be free K. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna do 9P, 6P, and then after this launch I'm gonna do electric into the bound, and I'm gonna do a quarter circle forward P, or close it. So this is how it will look. I just couldn't get my dash in, but as you can see, with free K, for some reason the electric works into the bound. With 8K it didn't work. With free K it worked. So that's also a reason why you should use free K on heavyweights a lot. And I can try to do the closest. Okay, I screwed up. I was late here. Yeah, so 101 damage you will get on normal hit. It's normal hit, and yeah, as you see, it is pretty damn high damage you get for just doing on normal hit. So you most likely will take with these combos 1/3 of your life, 1/3 of the life bar from your opponents. So now I'm gonna show you what you can do when you just try to do or when you're not familiar with the electric or can't do the electric. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna do free K and go to the bounds. This is what I'm trying, I could say, when I'm not in the mood to do my electrics, but because I can do electrics pretty good, pretty decent, I don't have any problems with it. So this is how it will look to close it. This is also something that happens to me a lot, that the game registers that I'm doing a free P even though I'm doing the quarter circle full or the closed input. But yeah, as you see, this is 69 damage and 96 damage, sorry. And these are now some example or bread and butter combos that I use. As I told you, not all of them are from me. These are also from other players who use Raidou or play with Raidou. And yeah, let me know in the comments if it helps you with if it helped you to get these combos going. And if you have still problems, you can always write in the comments that you need help. I'll see what I can do and try to help you. And yeah, either way, that's going to be it for this for the bread and butter combos on weight classes. on every weight classes. So guys, thank you for watching, and I hope I'll see you in the next video. So bye bye.